Hi guys, and welcome to another video in which I will share with you some of my most expensive fragrances. And I would like to thank George from the channel The Fragrance Apprentice who started this tag, the idea of which is to make reviewers talk about their most expensive perfumes that they bought from their own money, because you know that reviewers receive a lot of perfumes for free, and I do so too, and I'm actually very glad that I do, because you know I focus on reviewing niche perfumes and they are very pricey. So when brands that I like decide to work with me, that is just big recognition for me. However, I also buy perfumes myself. Actually, I spend the majority of my money on perfumes, and here is the deal. I am a full-time student and I have a part-time job, and my monthly salary is around 400 euros, which is not all that much. However, I remember the times when I lost my job and had zero. So 0 against 400, then 400 definitely wins. And I really appreciate that I have a job and that I can actually earn a little bit from YouTube that I invest right back into my channel. So I just wanted to tell you that we fragrance lovers, we are addicted to perfumes and we spend a lot of money on fragrances. However, I have that limit in my head, the 200 euros mark, that when I see a perfume that I like and it is above that price, I always think twice, because it's always painful to buy a very expensive perfume, because fragrances get expired and they turn bad and stuff like that. So it's not the best value. However, that doesn't stop me, and I am sure doesn't stop you. So I would like to know what is expensive for you personally, and if you have that limit in your head too. When you see a perfume that costs, for example, 300-400 euros, you're like, nope, thank you, next. So I would like to know what you think about this topic and what is the most expensive perfume in your collection. I actually had this idea for a video myself. George was faster than me. However, I think that might be cool to do a video about most expensive perfumes that I received for free for a review. And I'm always very honest in my reviews. I never was paid for a review or something like that, so I'm just very proud of that. And if you like that idea for a video, just let me know in the comments. So with that being said, you guys, let's get started. And I want to begin with the most expensive designer fragrance in my collection, and that was last year's Christmas gift for my mom. It is, of course, Coco Mademoiselle Intense by Chanel, and I bought it for her just because I associate the original one with my childhood. She used to wear it a lot when I was a child, and the Intense version is warmer, it has more patchouli in there, it smells very, very luxurious, at the same time as classy and timeless as the original one. So my mom was very happy to receive it, and it is not all that pricey, but I believe you pay half of the price for Chanel's name. But in my opinion, it is worth it, and I don't regret the money that I spent on it. So once again, that is one of the most expensive designer perfumes in my collection, and that was a 50 ml size. So let's move to something more expensive, and that is actually a fragrance that I bought, I believe, from my second salary. I spent my whole salary on it and I didn't even care because I fell in love with the perfume. Let me know if you fell in love with perfumes too, and then you don't even care about the price, you just know that you need that fragrance in your collection. Well, back then I didn't have a YouTube channel, I didn't know about YouTube fragrance community. I just found out this limited Kilian fragrance of their original Good Girl Gone Bad. This is Splash of Neroli Artful Edition, and when I smelled it in a little niche perfume boutique, I knew I needed it in my life because it's so special. There is literally nothing like it out there. I still haven't found a perfume similar to it till this day, and I have tested so many fragrances. This is also one of the most long-lasting perfumes I've ever smelled. It lasts forever, it projects so intensely, it will also last me forever, and it was very, very pricey, but once again, I don't regret it. And you guys, let's move on to something very, very beautiful and pricey, and that is From Ford and Manley Indie House from Australia, Mr. Bozniakov's Purple Hat. Looks very cool, and I actually have 4 perfumes that I bought from them. 1, 2, 3, 4. Each of them retails for $265 if I'm not wrong. I received a discount, however I bought all of them at once, and that was quite a ridiculous price, but I don't regret. They look beautiful, they are very collectible, they sit nicely on the shelf looking so fancy, and I like how they smell, even though they are very similar to each other, but yeah, they are very cool. And that's actually the thing, guys. I prefer to buy more perfumes rather than buying one very expensive fragrance. So let's say I see gorgeous exclusive Gucci fragrance that costs almost 300 euros, and I have a choice. I can buy that perfume or 3 fragrances, let's say for 100 euros, that are still on my wish list. And the thing is, I have such a long perfume wish list, and I rather buy 3 fragrances from the wish list than 1, just because I get so bored of perfumes. Literally, I buy a perfume, I wear it just a few times, and then it goes to the shelf and sits there forever, and I'm going to the next obsession. So let me know if you're the same, but I can't afford, like mentally, like in my head, I can't afford one super expensive perfume and just like sitting all month without purchasing anything. So with that being said, I wanted to share with you some fragrances from the house of Matriarch. I'm sure you guys are familiar with this amazing indie American perfume house. Their fragrances are spot on. The presentation, the uniqueness, the scents, everything is mind-blowing, and the price is mind-blowing too, because one bottle of 50 ml retails for the price of $330, I believe, if not more, and that's a lot. And I need to pay for taxes, for shipping. So when I buy a $330 fragrance, in the end I pay almost 4. So that's ridiculous. So that's why I bought 6 travel sprays. And don't think that these are very affordable, okay? Because one of them retails for 80 or even 120 fragrance, or even $120. And actually I have 7. I gave one to my boyfriend because it didn't work out to me. So, you know, like for 15 ml to buy $80. So, you know, for 50 ml to pay $80, pretty crazy, but I'm crazy. I hope you are too, so you don't judge me and understand. With that being said, you guys, for example, when I order from one of my most favorite indie brands for 160. So with that being said, you guys, that's the same thing when I order from one of my most favorite indie brands for 1,160 Tuesdays. I don't buy just one perfume. Actually, they are very fairly priced. They're not that expensive, but I don't buy one. I buy a few, and the end price is also above 200 euros in the majority of times. So, you know, for me, it's not like I buy just one fragrance in 100 ml just because I won't use it up anyway, you know, and I rather buy a few fragrances so I have a little rotation going on. With that being said, now let's move to the priciest fragrances from my collection. And one of them is my recent purchase. I waited till I buy it so then I can film this video, and the good thing is that I didn't buy it for myself. I bought it for my boyfriend, and those of you who are subscribed to my channel and saw the video in which I gifted this fragrance to my boyfriend on camera probably already know what that is. So you guys, that is Bottega Veneta's exclusive fragrance from their Parco Palladiano collection, which is called Violetta. And this bottle, you guys, are you ready? It's so beautiful. I mean, like, it's just gorgeous, and this violet lilac-y color, oh, so good. Actually, I am a fan of this collection. It's one of the best exclusive designer lines ever, and the craziest thing is that they are so long lasting. Like, one of the best lines in terms of longevity and quality, and the scents are special, but the same they are mass appealing. And I remember my boyfriend really fell in love with it. He called me, he asked me about this perfume, and he rarely gets excited or which literally falls in love with perfume, or actually falls in love with perfume. So I decided to buy it, and it was like $265 euros. And he rarely falls in love with perfume and dreams about it. So I was just like, what the hell, I'll buy it. And then I googled it and it was like 265 euros, and I was like, damn it, why? Everything good is so expensive. But I just saw his eyes when he sees that fragrance, and it is so long lasting. It is about violets. I'm addicted to violets at the moment. My boyfriend loves violets. This perfume is a bit strange because it has almost like animalic, clean, catty violets with musk in there. Musk in here is a star, but it's so long lasting. Like every time my boyfriend has it on, I have a feeling that he sprayed half of the bottle on himself, and he tells me it's only one spritz. I don't believe him, but this fragrance is awesome. It is worth the money, and I actually want a fragrance from this collection for myself. Okay guys, now these are most expensive perfumes. Well, not really, but yeah, they are. So, are you ready? 300 euros. 300 euros, you guys. I spent on these perfumes, on each of them, not on both. So these are perfumes from Jo Malone's tea collection. When it came out, I was so excited because, you know, I'm a huge tea lover. I'm obsessed with tea. It is very hard to come across a great tea fragrance. I know that you expect a tea list from me. It is coming up really soon, but when Jo Malone presented this collection, I was obsessed. I also earned a lot of money that summer, so I was just like, what the hell, I'll buy these. And then a few months later, they came out with smaller bottles. These are 175 ml bottles for 300 euros. I don't regret, they're beautiful. I want the whole collection, end of the story. But now let's talk about the most expensive fragrance in my collection. I think so. And it looks like this. Nothing special, right? When you look at it, like if you saw it in my collection, would you even smell it? I don't think so, but that's a mistake because this is the best animalic fragrance I've ever smelled. It's from DSH, it's called Rendezvous, and it retails for 305 euros or dollars. I don't know, but only for 60 ml. So that Jo Malone, 300 euros for 175 ml, and this DSH, the same price, but 60 ml. Can you do the math? I'm not that good in math. Anyway, best animalic perfume. I was dreaming about it for years, and one day I was just like, what the hell, save on it and buy it if you want it that much. So I bought it. I know, it's not a Sergioff or some other crazy fragrance, even though I have Lira, and I bought 30 ml for 80 euros, which is still a lot, but I mean, like, nothing can beat that fragrance. Anyway, you guys, I hope this video was entertaining, not too long, and you could enjoy it. Let me know which of these fragrances sound interesting to you, and what are your most expensive fragrances. I would really love to know that. I'd love to know which amount of money you spend on perfume monthly, or if you have like a certain category that you think, okay, that's maximum that I can spend on perfumes. I would love to know that. Let's chat. If you have any ideas for videos, just let me know in the comments. I just love to hear from you. I just really love to chat with you. So I'm here, I'm all yours, and of course I would like to tag some people. I would love to tag reviewers, Dana from the channel And Nose, Sebastian from Smelling Great, and Claire. So yeah, those are people that I'm tagging, and you are all tagged as well. So feel free to join the conversation about most expensive perfumes. Oh yeah, and that's the total amount of money that I spent on these. I hope you don't judge. You know, I don't drink alcohol, I don't smoke cigarettes, so I hope I kind of like try to make myself feel that I save the money, and the money that I could spend on parties, I spend on perfumes. Let me know if you do so too, if you try to find excuses for buying really expensive fragrances. And thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, because I'm so excited to see new members in my fragrance family, and stay tuned for future videos. Bye guys!